Hello and welcome to the Unfiltered Tea, a show where we say all the things you wish the newscasters said, unscripted and unfiltered. We talk about news, politics, and entertainment, so pull up your soapbox, pour yourself a cuppa, and let's go. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm back. It's been a minute since I've been here. Thank you all for your patience. I hope you all had wonderful, wonderful holidays. I think the last time I saw all of you, I think the last time I did any sort of a show was before Thanksgiving. Has it been that long? Yeah, because in that time, so I did a show. I had plans to come back to it, but then got a little distracted with buying a house, so we then had to move right before Thanksgiving. Um, we've had holidays and unpacking and all the things. And in the meantime, I have been really looking at this channel and thinking about what needs to be rebooted. So there's some things that are still the same, and there are some things that are going to change. And there's some things that are going to change mostly, but stay the same the rest of the time. So, for example, a lot of you would have, don't mind me, I'm getting distracted by things over on my other screen. A lot of you came across us when it was Mandy and myself doing the show together. And we are absolutely still friends. We still keep in touch. Her life is a little bit different and all of that. So she'll join us sometimes, especially when she's got a soapbox or wants to hop in or just feels like hanging out with me on stream. That'll be great. But mostly it's going to be me, myself, and I, and the chat. That's where it's me, baby. I'm here. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Aurora. I am interested in news, politics, and entertainment. I also fell into a massive law tube rabbit hole a couple years ago and stayed there. And I find that I get more up to date news in many areas, most obviously court filings and pop culture and law, by following those content creators. And so I stayed and I enjoy it. And I'm law adjacent in my day job, so I'm not an attorney. I just have a lot of opinions. So yeah, you'll see that I will call out a lot of those content creators because if I'm watching them, I think you ought to be watching them too because I think they're great. And yeah, so that's my little recap. I hope everybody has been doing well. I hope you are sitting down and get yourself a cuppa. This is going to be a shorter one tonight. This is going to be just welcome back. It's like the first day of school. We're back. We're back. For myself, I am recording this on a Sunday in the evening, so I'm going to sip on a little bit of wine at the moment. Yes, still in my matching Christmas. My nails actually match. Come on, camera, catch up with me here. No, camera, come on, catch how awesome this is. Fine, my camera's being annoying. I hide my face. Will it find it? No, because my camera is being difficult. Anyway, they're amazing. My nails are amazing. And they match my glass. There, we can see it a little bit better there. There we go. Yes, that. Cheers to the amazing person who does my nails, who has had the worst end of the year possible. So we love her. We're sending her things, love, support, all of that through the gloriousness that is the internet. So I'm going to sip on a little wine while we go through this tonight. Sometimes I'll have tea. Mostly it's going to be other things because the tea is all in what we're covering. So let's sit back, have a little sip of whatever your beverage is right now. And let's do a recap of some of the things that I did cover last year and some of the things that we're looking ahead to this year. I'm actually recording this during somebody else's live stream that I really want to be there for because he's covering the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni PR battle. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Am I getting off topic already? Mm-hmm. Is that kind of how it's been going for me lately? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and stay organized, but we'll see. We're also doing something new this year of a schedule. I'm going with a schedule. I'm gonna do what I can to stick to it. There will be times where I'm like, guys, I'm on vacation and I won't be here, but I will let you know ahead of time. Threads is where I post first usually, so that's where I'm at. But I am the Aurora H. White on all the socials. If you find me there, it's me, and well, it should be me. I say that the internet is one of those places. Um, anyway, that's that. So what I'm going to start, I'm going to swoop, and we are going to get into our 2024 recap of things. And then we're going to look at the stories. I probably already said this. Has it been that kind of a day? Mm-hmm. It's also so cold here. It is the air hurts my face cold. So yeah. So I'm gonna take a minute and swoop, and then we'll get into it. Also, because I do try to timestamp everything for everybody, that's where the swoop comes into play as well. So there should be timestamps for you down below, so you can jump ahead to things that you want to pay attention to, or you can skip to things and then go back and watch other things. I don't know how you do it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Did my brain just interrupt itself? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2024 recap. That is what we are doing right now. So what did we cover? So these are things that you can probably go find, although I admit I'm starting to clean up some of the old stuff. So if you have not seen any of the things that we have done on this channel prior, go watch them all now because I am going to start putting things into the vault. When I have memberships, which is coming, by the way, that's one of the things that is coming over on Patreon. If the Patreon is up and running, it will be in the bio / description of the video so that you can find it. So yeah, we're starting that this year. And so a lot of the earlier things are going to start finding their way over to things just for members because they've been up for a while. And honestly, it's from the point in my YouTubing that was sort of getting my bearings and figuring things out. And I'm still doing that, but there are a few things that I'm a little bit better versed in at this point. And so with that, some of those things are going to start to go away. 2024. What did we cover over here? Well, we covered, this is in not any order, by the way, because I can't remember which came first. But we did cover the Hannah Gutierrez trial. That was me and Mandy that did that. Mandy and me that did that. That was some interesting courtroom watching, shall we say, with some moments. Gotta love the courtroom drama when you get the moments that then you're like, yeah, that's going viral. So we covered that. We covered the Alec Baldwin trial, which was impressively short because Carrie Morrissey decided to make determinations about what evidence was and was not good to turn over to the defense. And the thing is that you can't do that when you're prosecutor. You don't get to decide. So do I think that that particular evidence was useful to Baldwin? No. Do I think she should have turned it over anyway? Mm-hmm. And then she didn't stop. I'm not sure she's done. We can circle back. Let me know in the comments. Let me know on the socials if you want me to circle back to the latest on that. If you are unsure, go check out Runkle of the Bailey, who has been covering all of it. EDB has also been covering all of it. But yeah, that. So she won't stop. So we covered that. That was something I tried to cover. The hush money trial with Trump. So I tried. The problem is when you only have transcripts to work from and not video, and you also have a regular job, plus this on the side, finding the time to read through all of those transcripts, I just didn't have it. Also, sleep, food, taking care of the dog, those kinds of things, those life things that get in the way. So I tried to cover it. We can cover the sentencing. I might go into that because I am super fascinated as to how this is going to play down. And we can have a whole chat about it. Let me know if you'd like the sentencing coverage to be one of the Sunday lives, because I feel like that would be a good chat to have, respectful and all of that. There are, no matter how you feel about politics, certain things are what they are in law. You can disagree, that's fine, but they are what they are in law. And case in point, what could be an interesting juxtaposition, if you want me to do this, is we can discuss both the sentencing of Trump in the hush money case, which will be complex considering the Supreme Court rulings and all that. Big chat there. Also, we can go over why did Georgia also elect Fani Willis again, given the YSL trial, given the debacle that was her taking the stand in the RICO case down there. Anyway, so that's just a comment. We can have a whole everybody from both sides of the aisle has problems kind of a chat on that one. I don't care who you are. And now this is a good time for my disclaimer. Facts are our friends. We like facts. If you're just going to argue, I will yeet you from the comment threads and things like that. If you're going to be respectful and be like, hey, you should check out this, or this, great. And I probably will. And I'll make my own decisions on that. Or I'll at least research the source on there. So anyway, facts are friends. I like to live in that reality. So that's where we're going to live. And I also love respect. Respect is great. I also will always say you have the right to your opinion. You do not have the right to be right. And that goes for me as well. So sometimes I might take umbrage for certain things. And it's all based in there. But the aim here is conversation. We like a good conversation. And expanding our horizons is always good too, because I love learning stuff. I love finding out new things. It's great. And I fully expect that if you're hanging with me, you like that too. Okay. So that's kind of the 2024 things we did. So now I'm going to swoop and go over some of the things that I wish I'd covered. And we'll see if any of these pop up again. No, don't run the outro, Aurora. Swoop. Okay. So things I wish I had covered in 2024. I kind of wish that the Boston Bruins meltdown with the top brass and arguing over Swayman's contract and the firing of Monty, which I'm still not over. I wish that hadn't been happening kind of at the height of the whole trying to move and pack and job and all of that thing. Because, wow, hockey fans, my Bruins fans, guys, gals, what we might need to do a whole show. Oh, don't knock the mic, Aurora. Don't do that. Nope. We might need to just do a whole separate hockey stream there. Let me know if you want to do that. Let me know if you want that to be live or recorded, because I kind of want that to be live. Let me know if you want an extra hockey live, because we have to do a deep dive. I am so mad at the top brass, at the Bruins. Still. I was just barely over Cassidy, and then they do this to Monty. So we're going to have to chat about that at some point while this season is still happening. Yes, I hand wrote my notes over here. So let's see. That is definitely one of the things I wish I had covered. Then, oh, right. All the Diddy stuff popped off also while packing and moving. So we didn't have a chance to come in and talk about any of that. And then Jay-Z gets involved in the Diddy stuff. And I'm still waiting to see how many other lawsuits are going to fall out of that tree. Never mind criminal charges. I mean, there's so much coming. Am I going to follow it all? Yeah. Am I going to get tired of it halfway through and kind of wish I hadn't committed to it? But I also know that there are things with this case that I am going to want to know about. So, now keeping in mind, as we're following this, we are following that as the court of public opinion. We are law adjacent, and that is it. We don't. We're gonna follow the other content creators for the law of it all, but I know everybody's gonna have some thoughts, and this is going to be a tough one because, again, facts are friends. Facts are friends. And we're gonna have to wait and see what comes out as far as the facts go. There's a lot of allegations flying around. And this is one where you kind of have to wait, as difficult as that is, for things to settle down. So I wish I'd covered that at the beginning of everything. There's been more stuff popping off with the Karen Reid trial. They've already started doing hearings in prep for. There was a Daubert hearing for one of the experts that the defense wants to bring in on the dog bite. And I have lost the thread. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing I don't actually know what the result of that hearing was. So we'll have to go in and take a look at that. So that's been coming up on the list. Are we going to be following that? We are. Am I still a little tempted to end up driving down to Canton one day and watching court for real? Yeah. Here's the problem with that. One, I would have to take the day off of work to do that. And two, with my luck, we could know who the witness was going to be that day, and I can almost guarantee that I will walk into that courtroom and we would get 8 hours of was it snowing. Because that's just so, I'm gambling. But let me know. I'm tempted, but I haven't made a decision on that yet. Especially since it's round 2, so we kind of know the players involved, but then we also have to go into it still neutral. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be interesting. But I'm I'm going to follow that one, gavel to gavel. We won't be gavel to gavel here because I just summarize and then give my opinions because I'm opinionated. And that's why we're here. Um, where are we? What else? Oh, right. And then just as I was thinking I'm on my way back, I'm going to do this. Broad daylight, somebody takes a YouTube doesn't like any of these words. The CEO of United Healthcare is taken out vigilante style, and the internet is having a field day. So that is on my list for sure because I have a lot of thoughts on that. I do. And there's a lot of great content that I am going to direct you to when we cover that. Let's just say, given my friends, given myself, not a lot of love for the healthcare system in the United States, really ever at all. Doctors are great, but that's not the system. The system is terrible. Individuals can be very good. However, there is so much with this particular case. There's things that I disagree with. There's things I agree with, not necessarily with it. One thing is bad and wrong, and that is taking somebody out. Attacking somebody to the point of their ending is not okay with me. The complexity of it all, of course, is what makes that different from the CEO deciding that these 20,000 people don't need to live. That's and I'm using that number is hyperbole in a sense, but when patients, i.e. humans, are all just numbers to this particular system, and this, I'm making a number out of my head, and this 20,000, this group of 20,000 people is costing the company money, and so they decide to not pay the claims, which results in their deaths. That's where this particular case is a much bigger conversation and is a much more delicate conversation because, to quote a wonderful stand-up comic that I follow, the victim wasn't an innocent person either. It's just that we don't think of it the same because it's all numbers on a spreadsheet. So it's a much more nuanced conversation. It's a complicated conversation. And like healthcare and education, those sorts of things in this country, is going to be a much deeper dive. So there will be a day where we're just going to go into that. We're going to focus on that. That is going to be something that we're going to look at a lot closer. Along with, we're going to be following all things Diddy, because that's going to be the better part of, well, that's going to be 2025, probably go into 26, 27. Who knows? We'll probably hit a point where we're all sitting here going, again, another one. But there are also some other big conversations around that and allegations and that kind of thing. Which leads me to the next thing that we are going to be looking at, which is, will I be following Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing? Absolutely. And as of right now, I know everybody on the internet, or most people on the internet, have already decided. They've already picked a team, as it were. Here's my thing. Y'all, you guys know, if you've been here for a minute, you know me. Everything is a math problem for me, right? when you get a certain level of allegations, it's a math problem. So in the case of Diddy, there's so many numbers in one column, and that's the accusing column. And there's not enough on this side that indicates that it's not true, that I've already kind of made my decision there. Blake Lively Baldoni thing is odd to me because I don't know them. I'm not a particular fan of any of them. Blake Lively's husband, yes. But also I've learned that a lot of the folks that I adore sometimes turn out to be terrible people. And so, I hold my breath and I go, please don't let you be wrapped up in this. I don't know. I have not picked a side. I am not team Baldoni. I am not team, I don't know. I know I have questions, and I know that what I want to do before we dive into it is I want to read the filing, or at the very least find one of my content creators that I love who's going to go through the filing. I want to see that. I do not trust the reporting that's coming out already. And here's why. It's the reporting. I'm not saying the allegations, none of that. The reporting is smelling very much like the Depp Heard case, where to this day, there are still people who think that Jason Momoa testified in the Depp Heard trial. He didn't. That was a made-up TikTok thing that the LA Times reported as fact. It wasn't. There are 50 different ways to go double check that it was not the case. And there are still places reporting things like that. And the Blake Lively Baldoni thing is feeling very similar. So as of right now, I am assuming everything is PR. And what I'm going to do is I am going to look at what the lawyers have written, because that's PR in its own way. But the thing is that once it opens the door for discovery, then we will get the actual facts. Then we'll get the cell phone dumps and the testimony and the depositions and all of that. And then we can look at it, and then we can make our decision, much like I did in the Depp Heard case. And I went into that case thinking one thing. I turned out to be right. But it was I'm just going to see what the jury has, and then I will decide. And that is absolutely how I am entering the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni battle, because that's going to be the battle of the spring. So I'm curious. Well, the battle of the spring, and then we have Corey Richards, and I'm also following that trial. So that's our look ahead at 2025. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff because, the things that I missed were trucks driving into humans in New Orleans, cyber trucks exploding in front of buildings, basically the world going on fire, and and Jimmy Carter passing away. So there's so much. There is so much that happened at the end of the year. There are things that I do want to go over. I would like to do a stream where we get to focus on Jimmy Carter. I would. And I'm sure we can find some funny things and some hilarious things there. So anyway, that is the welcome back recap. We are here. I am going to swoop one more time, say a few things, and then I'm going to run the outro, and I will see you on Thursday. So wait, where am I? There we go. Swoop. So anyway, guys, thank you. I'm back. I'm back. We have so much to cover. If you have any particular preferences for what you want Thursday's show to cover, if I haven't already decided, I might hop on and be like, "Hey, we're covering this on Thursday," because Lord knows what the news cycle is like. But anyway, if you have a particular story and you want me to cover it, uh, if you want to add something to our agenda for Sunday and our live show on Sunday, time to be determined. Hopefully, when I record Thursday's show, I will have a notion. I'll have a notion. It's going to depend on the dog, how cold it is, life things. Um, yep. So as usual, if you have any stories or anything like that that you want me to take a peek at, you can be like my friends and you only find me on the socials and be like, "Hey, Aurora, I know you're following this. What's up?" And that will get added to the list. In the meantime, I forgot to mention this. It's kind of important for creators, and I hate to do it, but anyway, it's time to do the YouTube things. If you didn't already do the YouTube things, do the YouTube things. Let the algorithm know that you enjoy this and you have a good time. And if you want more of this, go ahead and hit the subscribe, and then follow me on the other places, and then you'll get all the up-to-date info. So yes, and check out the Patreon, because if you want extra special things, that's where you're going to find it. For now, is that everything? I don't know. I'm probably going to hit end recording and then think of 50 other things, but you know what, I'm going to see you guys again on Thursday. So before I hit the outro, I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is warm. I hope everybody has health, wealth, and happiness coming your way. And I will see you on Thursday. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Unfiltered Tea. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you have a story you want our unfiltered take on, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and we will see you next.